there's other pastors listening to this. I'm such a believer that like you're God's big plan for your place. I'm
Mm,
not.
mm,
And so you've got to be you.
mm,
Like you've got a unique style, you've got a unique gifting. You need to grow in your own identity and not become a cheaper version of somebody else. Because I was, John Piper was one of my heroes. And I read The Supremacy of God in Preaching, and I tried to do what he was teaching me to do, and it stopped being me.
mm.
And I became a cheap version of John Piper. And I would say, in a real way, the power left my preaching because I'm not called to be John Piper. I'm called to be me. And there's a part of me that has to well, there's a philosophy out there that says you got to squash your personality, but I don't ascribe to that. I don't even think, I think my personality's been, it's a unique part of how God wove me together in my mother's womb for the glory of Christ.
And
And so,
The Bible does that, right?
oh,
You
absolutely.
read Peter, you're like, I'm reading Peter. You read Paul, I'm reading Paul. And
There's no question.
it doesn't mute that personality.
No, no,
God uses
absolutely it
that
doesn't.
personality. It's
That's right.
great.
And so I had to, I mean, I went through a couple of years where I'm just like manuscripting everything out and making sure whatever impulse I have to make a joke or to tell a funny story doesn't happen because Jonathan Edwards didn't have a single joke in any of his manuscripts. And he was the guy that, God used to do the, so I just had to finally go, no, I need to forgive me, Father. I've tried to be someone else.
Mm,
I want to be who you made me to be. And that's been the most freeing thing preaching for me is to, and I've got to be careful listening to too much preaching. I'll start
yeah.
to pick up on things and then all of a sudden I'm doing them, but they're not me. I mean, yeah, I've got to be, I don't listen to a lot of preaching. I got about 3 or 4 guys I listen to consistently, but not more than that.
Yeah.